And we should be live. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be never mind. Today I'll be continuing off the story of the Valentines. It's not quite soon enough yet that I'll be finishing yet, but I should get some decent progress done today. With that said, we shall now continue with episode 2 and episode 3 today. Oh man, I forgot to use my stamina before I started. Oh well, hopefully it doesn't max out before the end of this. It was pleasantly brief the last time we began. But yeah, let us resume with episode 2, part 1. Where we last left off, we entered the Berserkers tournament journey. I'm not sure what it is actually. It's not quite a tournament, but essentially it is some sort of battle, or at least the stage right now is a district-wide battle in Ikebukuro, where you need to retain your own chocolate that you brought. For the later stages, you need to retain it as proof of admission. But because there have been too many participants, we have now been tasked to eliminate each other by taking each other's chocolate, or at least bringing them away from themselves. Hello, Ezekiel. I'm first, let's go. Nice. Hope you were able to see the first stream, otherwise you might be a bit lost from context, but I'm glad you could join either way. But yeah, so that was the overall plot that happened. In terms of character development, Seth appeared for like 2 seconds before disappearing and being very tsundere about thinking chocolate was lame or some shit like that. So, you know, he was still going his C-Tree arc. And Kyuma was like, oh yeah, I exist. And then he still exists, I guess, but he barely showed up either. The focus of the first episode, as well as the prologue, was mostly on Kengo, as well as the new character. What's his name? His full name? It's like McCroy something. Fergus McCroy, yeah. So, Fergus McCroy seems to be all about youth or something, and oh, alright. Let's begin. Only one man stands between the armies and their destination, but he alone is enough, for he is the colossal hero of legend himself. The giant, Goliath. The soldiers cower in his shadow, frozen in place by the sheer notion of his perceived might. Hold on, let me just... My mic is kind of weirdly pointing low. Let me just position it a bit higher. I probably should have done this before the stream. Alright, there you go. The soldiers cower in his shadows, frozen in place by the sheer notion of his perceived might. Hopefully that didn't change my mic anyway. Yet from the midst, a young shepherd, a mere whelp of a boy, steps forward and faces the giant, undeterred. Hey Prisma. Hi Ara. Tomorrow we have a new hire. Hopefully my workload is lowered. Fingers crossed. But I would say for the little beginning, at least if you're encoding, it might increase a bit at least if you're mentoring him. Well, you know, maybe they're fully prepared, so we'll see. The fight begins in earnest, but ends abruptly when the boy sends a rock hurtling straight for the giant's forehead. It finds its mark and passes straight through Goliath's skull. Can you believe this was a story in the Bible? It was like, they just casually mentioned giants and then... I don't really remember like why giants are there, but yeah. I'm pretty sure it's in the Bible, the Old Testament. I'm not sure where else I would have learned about the story. Well, maybe I'm mistaken. The giant falls dead, and a stunned silence fills the air. But it doesn't last long. Cheers erupt from the assembled soldiers, praising the boy's bravery and declaring him their king. He is but a humble shepherd, his role amounting to nothing more than the herding and guarding of sheep. Yet he boasts more courage than all of these warriors combined. Whoever his flock, And this boy will doubtless lead them straight and true into the arms of the omniscient, omnipotent being of light looking down upon the world from the heavens above. Okay, so this probably is a Christian story because pretty much it's only like either this or Islam or Judaism that has a singular god like this that is omnipotent. Yes, training takes time, but they have a higher education than me. Just show them where everything is. Alright, hopefully. I mean, the niches do take a while to learn in every workplace, but who knows? It might even backfire in terms of his presence making you guys work even harder through some new projects he takes up related to work. In all likelihood, he will go on to claim the title of king that the soldiers bestowed upon him, for the path he treads is foretold to be unwaveringly glory-bound. In the eyes of the lost and downtrodden, this boy's tale is particularly potent. Everyone seeks that which they cannot have or do not innately possess. Yet this blessed boy, named David, is free from such thoughts. Those who come to Tokyo inevitably seek out that which they could never attain in their homeworlds. David's motivations, however, are not so clear. No one knows what he truly desires. He has not spoken a word of such things to anyone since he arrived. David being, I believe, the ghost boy attached to Kuma for some reason. Battle of the Valentines, White Light of Glory. Episode 2, Chocolate Bat of Desire. To Lisa. Those who wish to participate in the Battle of the Valentines must ultimately pass through the Ikebukuro Berserker's special Valentine's lobby. Only a handful of staff are present to admire the room's lavish decorations, which have transformed the space into a patchwork quilt of various shades of pink, red, and white. The screens on the wall display live feeds of various areas throughout Ikebukuro, as well as a map of participant locations and the chocolate point scoreboard. Monitoring these screens from one of the lobby's plush sofas is a young boy, who manipulates the complex array of equipment in front of him with ease. He continually inputs data and produces efficient solutions as if he, too, is a machine. Yo, Lisa. Yet, as he stares into one of the screens with eyes that seem to know all of this world's secrets, the boy bites his lip, internally debating with himself over something. My apologies for the interruption. I've brought you an afternoon refreshment, which will surely warm your soul in this cold weather. The butler speaks softly, as if to minimize the effects of his disruption. Hey Joe! My number one fan has arrived. Nice to see you again. Joe Lisa. Thank you. You can leave it right there. I'll go as soon as they finish dueling for one more second. Joe Lisa. But of course, I do so hope it's to your liking, without the assistance of the wise men. Why, this event simply would not have been possible. We could never have developed the app expansion on our own, let alone implemented and monitored it. Ah, I see the connection now. Snow beams at Duo, placing a stream mug of hot chocolate on the table in front of him. See, despite the Berserker's, sole philosophy of fighting, they seem to really excel at making joint connections with other guilds. Be it in this one, with them making the app extension, or in like a Battle of the Bells, they cooperated with the other 3 original guilds so that they could hold a race. And even like in even in the previous one, Valentine Time Warp, although it was a bit behind the scenes and not actually with Berserkers, it was Yuma from the Berserkers making a side deal with Snow for some sort of chocolate making machine. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they know how to cooperate like that to, I guess, make themselves more than just the meat on their muscle. They are so sweet. Hi Joe, you just missed the story of yeah, pretty much. The story of Dave, aka Kengo. Did I read that? Well, he just placed a cup of hot chocolate in front of him or something like that. As he does, he notices something, or rather, someone by the boy's feet, and does a double take. Is it Shuichi? Goodness me, what are you doing down there, Garmer? Oh! Garmer, do a bad thing to Kima. Garmer, sad! Oh! I see. Well, if you think you've done something wrong, all you need to do is apologize, and everything should be right again. See? Cheer up, Garmer. I told you you're a good boy. You don't have to sulk like that. Duo gently pats the top of Garmer's head, but Garmer continues to flatten himself to the ground as tightly as he can, the seal between his legs. Yes, this is the mom sweater event. Garmer, you lucky dog! Don't never pats my head like that. Jesus Christ, Shuichi. Please, Shuichi, you startled him. Garmer is clearly very upset, but everything will be alright, my friend. I assure you. Oh, hey. Back already, Monitaka. Indeed. Oh, Duo. I should be used to it by now, but it does wound me when he so ignore me like that. I must say, Duo, Shuichi does have a point. Shouldn't you at least greet your own brother? Welcome back, both of you. Do you have anything to report? Shuichi wants to be treated like a dog. And that is not true. He wants to be treated like Duo's dog. Very big difference there. Unfortunately, no. The sync problem we developed for the app expansion is functioning perfectly, even with all these users. I don't fully understand it, but it's clear what is that? It's clear that to me that this app expansion is something quite incredible. I'm in full agreement. However, there is one element I still find myself at a loss to fully grasp. Let me guess, you want to know why we decided to do all of this for free? Snow simply looks at Shuichi expectantly. Yes, we would usually strike a deal, but this time, we felt that just being involved with the event was payment enough. Am I to assume then that there is an ulterior motive for the involvement? An acquaintance of mine happens to be participating, and decisions he makes are of great interest to our guild's research. By which I mean, I want to learn from him, and any Kendo practitioner would. Will that explanation suffice? If nothing else, it's clearly not a lie. I did bring Moritaka with me after all. Throughout this somewhat suspect explanation, Shuichi's eyes never once leave his brother's Duolisa face, who in turn appears to be preoccupied with one of the lobby's many screens. Very sus, Shuichi. Susichi. Duolisa. Input the collective will of the people and the output the maximum possible benefit of those people. And that's this world system in a nutshell. A cycle intended to be perpetuated ad infinitum. Which world are you talking about? The struggles of those who oversee the system amount to a delay in decision making. And there has always been a fierce competition among them over whose decisions are quicker or better. Yeah, he was talking about McCorrick. As one of those overseers, Duo can't seem to shake the sense of overwhelming pressure he feels as he gazes upon the screen depicting you and McCorrick dashing magically throughout the station. Hey, you okay, McCroy? What are you staring at? Not lost, are you? For a while there, I felt as if we were being watched. But it must have been my imagination. Pay me no heed. Ikabuku Station serves as a neutral space where battles are not permitted, which provides you with a brief respite from the Valentine's gauntlet. But break time is about to end. You and McCroy hurriedly approach the station's west exit, just beyond the free-for-all eagerly awaits you once more. Before you reach it, however, McCroy stops and turns to you. There's something I want to discuss with you first before we venture out onto the battlefield again. Will you lend me your ear? Sure, but I'll need it back after. My ears are yours anytime you need them. Well, short of as acquaintanceship maybe, having fought together so closely, I am certain you must have noticed. There is hesitation in my swings. One could call it a certain uncertainty that grips me when I go in for a strike. Uncertainty? Could you elaborate? McCoy casts a mournful glance over his shoulders at the swords crossed on his back. Well, together, these blades are my sacred artifact. They've been with me through this thick and thin, war and peace. In many ways, they're not unlike beloved friends. However, since arriving near Tokyo, they have refused to cooperate with me. And so I cannot exercise my role. Kengo has a right to be frustrated with me during our battle. I cannot fight at full strength. Sounds rough, buddy. I made a number of gyaza, as well as we call them back home in our homeworld, a number of vows. One of them had to do with festivities, parties and the like. I consider such occasions to be of the utmost import. And so I vowed never to turn down an invitation to one. Making a vow to oneself is rather like casting a spell, don't you think? It's also an important custom of my culture. So, I want to reclaim my identity as a warrior and give Kengo a real fight. After all, that's what he asked of me. And was this challenge not in every way an invitation to engage in this festive event? Was it not, in short, a promise? A vow? I must accept that invitation on principle. Or try to at least. My youth depends on it. Your heartfelt support means the world to me. In fact, I think I may just be falling for you. Where's the... I'm not surprised. But of course, I'm always upfront with my feelings. To be honest with you, I've always had a tendency to develop attachments quickly. It's just who I am. Attachments as in friendships, or are you talking about bonds, as they say in Time Warp? Strange, isn't it? To think I would fall for you like this again. Wait. LaCroix's eyes widen and shivers seems to run down his spine. Kengo still always trying to fight someone. I mean, as Kengo said, that is kind of his thing, but, you know, he's more than just a fighter. Like, certainly that is his... Like, he's busted as a unit, as he saw in, like, when he actually played with them. Just use V Kengo, which naturally reflects how strong he is, but, you know, he seems to be more of a thoughtful kind of fighter nowadays, which is really cool. Again? Why did I say that? It came out so naturally, too. I suppose I will find out sooner or later, for that is the promise of youth. There is always another tomorrow! Meanwhile, in the square outside Ikebukuro Station West Gate. Alright, you win. You're too strong for us. Take these chocolates. You've earned them. Gee, thanks. But hey, don't be so down on yourself. You and your friends gave us a really good fight. Likewise. That was pretty fun. Anyway, later. Happy Valentines. And McCroy flirts with everyone at the same time. Bye, Polly. I don't know of McCroy's original lore, so I cannot deny or confirm that. But he was not really like that in the beginning. He was a bit of a, a popular choice to be given Valentine, so. Here's your half. It's only fair since you pitched in. Are you sure? I don't think I deserve that much. You did most of the fighting. Mobs don't have official voices, therefore give them the most shitposty voices ever. Don't be stupid. We're winning because we work together. It's as simple as that. I guess that technically that's true, but I was only knowing what was told of me. You may as well have fed me a script. Oh, come on, loosen up, will ya? Put on that loop tube. If Ibaraki were in your shoes, he'd take these chocolates without a second thought. FGL, huh? That is definitely a game I've heard of a million times but never played. Housamo is the only gacha I've played. Or maybe he'd just get ticked off. He's unpredictable sometimes. Well, anyway, the point is, Just take him already. Okay. Thank you. I will. Something's definitely up with him. He's not his usual self at all. It's almost as if he's about to get a variant. So, what are you planning to do now? Are you still going to be following me around? I'm not trying to be rude, but I really think you'd be better off without me. I'm just holding you back. Wait, look at the scoreboard. Whoever's at the top is really raking in those chocolate points. Good. That makes things even more exciting. Come on, let's go find out where all the action is. Huh? Well, it's practically impossible to win now. The game is basically already over. What do you mean? No, this is just the first phase. The fuck? Calm down, Kimo. Are you not paying attention? I never thought I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth. What's happened to you? What's wrong? Huh? Nothing's over until you give up. You can still score after 2 outs, right? Pretty sure you told me something like that during our one-on-one bout way back when. I thought this was just the first event of many to come, but are they trying to imply that this is the only event now? They replaced what the original event was, and now it's just really a free-for-all for the entire thing? Well, we'll see how that turns out. Shuten, why are you so determined to follow me? Because I've never seen you walking alone until today. You're always chasing after those friends of yours. Yet here you are now, taking part in this event all by your lonesome. I don't know what's going on with you, but you must have a pretty good reason for keeping your distance from everyone else. Maybe I should have just left you be, but you seemed troubled, and I didn't have it in me to turn a blind eye to that. So I decided, if no one else would, then I'd be your companion for today. After all, what are lifelong rivals for? Are you mistaken? This is probably the first time we've ever talked to each other. But I really don't deserve. Say what you want, but we both play baseball, so you're my rival. There's just one thing about you, Kima. I don't know what it is, but it makes you shine brighter than a star in my eyes. So do pull yourself together, won't you? Right. I'll do my best. Huh? David, what was that for? The spectral boy flings himself at Kima's neck and staring him in a one-sided cuddle and grinning from ear to ear. You and McCroy find yourselves in the plaza outside of Ikebukuro Station's west gate. There's a rather large park here where there stands a theater housing the entrance to the underground Colosseum, with the Berserker's headquarters only a few streets away. So the headquarters is actually in a different location from the Colosseum. I thought they were just one and the same, just like it was a subset room. But I guess, you know, that's fine too if they're just close by to each other. The park is renowned for being frequented on weekdays, weekends, and holidays alike by people who are looking for a breath of fresh air. Their rivalry is in Black Mountains and their files. I mean, they're both baseball players, so that's just by default being their files. But I don't really, I remember Shuten being there briefly and talking to Ibaraki, but I don't really remember him having much interactions, if any, with Kima. I don't even remember Kima being there. Maybe Kima was there to, pick up Ashikura after he was crying after being left alone beside a tree or some shit, but I don't really remember specifically Kima and Shuten interacting. I know there was a baseball gaming and gendarme, but I don't think they were actually facing each other like that. But today, after Valentine's Day, the atmosphere is notably different. Give me that chocolate. Unlikely. Why don't you give me yours and save yourself some pain? Because let me tell you, this one's gonna hurt. Give me. Right, deleted. What a sight! Nothing rouses the war spirit like a battle. Rail. My heart aches to join the fray. To arms, then! The apex of youth awaits! Come on, Ayrton! Hold on. I'm not so sure about this. There are way too many people here. I'm only slash range, you know. As you stare out across a frenzied mass of combatants, you hear a familiar voice cut through the chaos. This is bad. There's no way we're getting out of this with our chocolates intact. Hold up. Is it Kima? Hey, I'm right. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting this many people. It calls to mind that battle on Mount Oe. What are we gonna do? They're really getting for our chocolates. Well, that is the aim of the game. We knew going into this they'd be at risk. How can you be so calm? We're surrounded. All we can do is run around in circles until someone gets us. Sure enough, a whole group of event participants swoop down on the pair before Kima even finishes speaking, making a move for their chocolates. Judging by the look on their faces, I assume those are friends of yours. The ones being consumed by participants. Yep, sure are. They are an unlikely duo, though, even when they say they're rivals. They're important people to me. In that case, our path is clear. We must rescue them at once. Right, let's get to it then. Hey, guys, we're coming. We've got to get that crowd off of them. Ready when you are, Ayrton. Let's aim to do this in one go. I'll draw their attacks, and you'll lead your friends to safety. Together then. Here goes nothing. My phone just buzzed. Is it very good? Glad I checked. Hey, Kima, guess what? We got backup. What? Really? Wait. Isn't that... It is! It's Ayrton! Kima, quit gaping like a fish and get serious. Remind me why I'm proud to call you my rival. Right. I'll do my best to keep it together. We only got one shot at this after all. For the chocolate! Speedrun? Nah, we're not going that fast. It's like already been 3 months and we're still not even done the post-battle sequence. And it's only part 1 of episode... it's the part 1 of the first episode we're doing today. If they won't let you two through, I'll just have to cover paths. Each swing of your sword is powerful enough to knock down several of your friend's assailants, and within moments, you have granted them a generous escape route. Come on, Humo, let's run for it. Coming! Pretty sure they're just gonna keep chasing us, so... Hey, come back here! Humo hesitates for less than a second, but by the time he starts running, the horde is already on his heels. However, his pursuers stop short when someone steps boldly into their path. Sorry, my foes, but this is where your hunt ends. In lieu of chocolate, how about a taste of my youth? Yes, that's a euphemism. Of course, if you hunger for more, I will not hesitate to take up my blades to protect my friend and his companions. So wild. We submit. McCoy's blade sweeps through the encroaching horde, hurling the participants back through the air into the other aggressors to effectively create a domino effect. Oh, you want more, do you? Have another then. Look at those muscles. Chocolates fill the air as participants are scattered left, right, and center. Dozens of disqualifications accompany every thrust and swing. Oh, what a waste of chocolate. You're really destroying all of them? God damn it. Whoa, look at all those chocolates up for grabs! Don't stop running until you're out of the fray. Find your fray in the object of my affections, Arthur. Right. That voice. I know, it's very seductive, right? After ensuring that his instructions to Kuma are being carried out, McCroy turns and bellows at the participants crowding around him before making his own escape. Farewell, and may your youth be eternal. Huh? Hey! He's even impressive when he runs away. Look at him go. The voices of the participants grow fainter and fainter as you and your friends sprint away from them. You leading from the front and McCroy bringing up the rear. All of you ignore the chocolates cascading through the air as... you ignore the chocolates? I guess you don't need to claim them through the air. Well, you should collect them for chocolate points. Well, if you don't know what they'll reward you anyways. As you push your legs to the absolute limit to evade the enraged event goers. That was incredible. Sorry, I don't know your name. You can call me McCroy. I was second year at Bucaro Academy. McCroy? As in the top kendo practitioner in Tokyo? That McCroy? Hey, Kuma, glad you made it out okay. How come you're hanging out with Shuten? I saw an interesting story here. My goodness. You always surround yourself with amazing people, Arathan. McCroy glances over his shoulder and frowns. For a moment, he was certain he felt his twin blade shudder, as if in response to Kuma's words. Hey, I guess that's it for part 1 of episode 2. We will now continue with part 2 of episode 2. Oh, godly rival. We're just loading in for the part 2 of episode 2 right now. While enjoying some chapter 5 music, chapter 5 and 6. But yeah, we just rendezvoused with Kuma and Shuten in part 1. And Kroik also stated his resolve to try to figure out his problems with his swords. In this Tokyo, their lives a good their lives. In this Tokyo, there lives a good-natured boy who sometimes feels as though he spent the majority of his life chasing after other people, walking in the shadows. Hey, Jan. Sure, Jan. Parents, teachers, even fellow students, both younger and older than him. He begins attending a yoga academy, but nothing changes. Older students tend to take a liking to him, which is great, but it also means he winds up living in their shadows now. Shadows such as the one cast by a certain third year in the sumo club, quite literally. Or the one cast by second year on the rugby team. So this would be Ashigura and Gunzo. Durga and Wakatanka. It doesn't seem to matter that he's younger than them or in a totally different club. Everyone is happy to have him following them, happy to cast their shadows upon him, and if nothing else, it is strangely motivating for him and makes him want to train harder. Maybe one day you can be a good voice actor like me. Maybe I can be a good voice actor too. Shadow of a shadow. That's right, I guess Durga is considered a shadow. But there are times when he can't shake the feeling that someone, another version of himself, perhaps, is always walking in his shadow, looking up to him just as he looks up to his seniors. Sometimes, he can even see himself from this other person's perspective, sitting on the sidelines, match after match, almost unable to stand how good the other older players are. It often feels to him as if there's no end to the personal shortcomings holding him back. He's the first year, he's not good enough yet, and so on and so forth. But the longer he has to wait to realize his potential, the more impatient he becomes. He's always looking to the future without any significant regard for the present. He tells himself that the baseball is his life. He doesn't have time to squander on anything else. Nor time to waste daydreaming about anyone else, no matter how special he may be. I do think I have been doing my voice acting a lot better than the first time I was trying, but it did take a lot of practice. And, what's it called? It's good fun, and it's good to just project your voice better overall, not just in voice acting. I will say, though, that I still have a tendency to trip over some words because sometimes I speak a bit too fast and for my mouth to keep up and for my thoughts to match. Yet, no matter how hard he attempts to steal resolve, he cannot do away with the longing in his heart. He reminds me of Shinya with the Cupid. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Not necessarily in terms of the story, but in terms of the fact that they just have a transient that's tagging along for some inexplicable reason. As such thoughts flit through Kima's mind, he places a hand over his chest where, separate from the rest, a very special chocolate is tucked away beneath his jockstrap. So, kind of like Gunzo and his own monster that's behind him. I forgot what the name of it is, though. Can I be your personal VA, Arda? Not sure. If you mean to imitate my voice or if you mean to imitate the voice as I am, but go ahead. Kima stares at your back as you lead this high-speed foot race to safety, letting his feet propel him through the streets of Ikebukuro in your week. Come on, just a bit farther, Kima. What's his last option? Let him piggyback on us. Harrison! Just casually pick them up and put them on his shoulders. To all event participants, We will now grant you all a 15-minute recess. As before, chocolate registration photographs will not be accepted during this period. We thank you for your cooperation. Legion, that's right. Gunzo and Legion, they also have transient instead of an artifact. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. In the beginning, they discussed how natives of Tokyo can either be summoners or of transients or sacred artifacts, and it's like we're the exception in terms of being able to summon both, but pretty much everyone else is only one or the other. Be sure to use your time wisely, as this will be the final recess before the conclusion of Stage 1. Okay, I wasn't hallucinating. This is in fact just the first stage. There's gonna be more stages after this. Do be sure not to miss my next announcement, as I will explain how to reach the goal for this stage. Good timing. Now we don't have to run anymore, right, Arthur? Yep, that's right. Break time. My legs are about to give out. But gotta keep running while we're on. Nothing beats a good run. All the better when you've got the sun setting upon your back. If you say so, I guess. By the way, thank you. You got us out a rather tight spot back there. And you don't have any idea where we are now. We're running so fast I really wasn't paying attention to where we were headed. I'm not certain, but according to the map on the expansions, we are at least still within the event area. That would be a very anticlimactic end if we just walked out by accident. Before we decide where to go next, I would suggest we introduce ourselves to facilitate more cordial bonding among us. Bonding, you say? Just like in Valentine Warp? Just like in Valentine Warp. Take off your clothes. Oh, right. Wasn't much time for formalities in the middle of all the chaos, huh? The name's Shuton. I'm a third-year student in the baseball club at Shinjuku Academy. Put her there, friend! By the way, I'm doing this voice for Shuton because I completely forgot how he sounds like, because none of his units, including his variant, is good. Or worth using anyways. And I'm Kyuman Nakatsuki, a first-year on baseball team at Yoyogi Academy. Thanks so much for the help back there. Think nothing of it, Kima. The pleasure's all mine, Shuton. I'm a Kroik, a second-year youth, and member of the Kennel Club at Bukuro Academy. He is rocking that suit. Yeah, if you mean Kima, I think he's working quite well. And I've never heard any... Oh, you're talking about Shuton, right. Well, yeah, it's just, high school tux stuff. For some reason, like, when the summoners had their tuxedos for anniversary, I was like, wow, everyone's so dapper, that's so cool. And then when Yogi got them, I was like, everyone looks like fucking dorks, like they just came out of like a high school prom. It's kind of funny. I mean, there wasn't that much difference between them, so maybe it was just the vibe I was getting from them and how it didn't fit them. I've never heard anyone call themselves a second-year youth before. Shuton regular 4-star was useful for me to help farm the vertical map. Yeah, with his Evo anyways, he gives like attack up or some shit for the first 2 turns. But it's like, I don't know, that was when was the last time this event played? Like last year? I might have used him then too, but yeah, I don't really remember how he sounds just based on that. So, what should we do on a break? Let's just rest up a bit before things inevitably get out of hand again. Because, everyone is eventually featured in events as side boosters, right? So it's like, that's the bare minimum amount of voice acting representation you'll get if you happen to hear them say a voice line or two while playing with them, only during the grind quests. Yes, he did get a variant, and that one is like, I don't even remember how it functions, or if it even had an Evo or not. You even used Shuichi 4-star, you're desperate. That's funny. So what should we do on a break? I suggest rest up a bit before things inevitably get out of hand again. Yeah, Shuten is a ghost in the wind. Maybe I'll get a second variant like Jiraiya did. Although I feel like I'm not really using Jiraiya's second variant either. It's not that it's bad, it's just that there's a lot of, people that fit that niche of damage dealer at snipe or shot range now. Oh, I know. I'll get some drinks. Any requests? How very thoughtful. Please, I'll need to pay. I'll take anything that smacks of youth, thank you. Again with the youth thing. Reminds me of Akatanka. No idea what that means, but I'll do my best. Hey, I'll come with you, Kima. Shouldn't have to go by yourself. That's okay. I'm happy to help. I run these kinds of errands for my teammates all the time. Aw, he's making himself the errand boy. That's kind of sad. Besides, I want you three to rest up. The match has... the event has only just begun. I'll be back in a jiffy. Kima seems a bit down on himself. Which is okay. We've only just met, but it seems that Kima is beset by the myriad troubles of youth. Has he been like this all day, Shuten? More or less, yeah. Let's see. How about an energy drink? Youth and energy go hand in hand, right, David? No, silly, that one's for Shuten. This one's yours. He's acting like he's fine, but something's definitely weighing on him. Yep. He's trying to throw us off. He thinks we haven't noticed yet, but he's easier to read than the picture book. Seems clear he doesn't want to talk about it, though. What I want to know is where his friends from Yoyogi have gotten off to. You know, the one he's always hanging out with. Shigura and Gunzo. Yeah, I almost never see him alone, although he's usually playing third wheel to them. Haven't seen anyone else from Yoyogi yet either. There must be a reason for him coming out here by his lonesome. Can't imagine what it is, though. Actually, come to think of it. Well, I ran him into at Bukuro Academy, and he seemed a little down there too. Can I do anything about it, though? Can't force him to open up to us. How do we even broach the subject? Hey, I'm back! Hey, you three okay? You all look so stone-faced. Ugh. I think I've come to understand you, Kima. You're in the very throes of your youth. Huh? What? I don't... And he proceeds to just stick his tongue down his throat. You are struggling with something at present, yes. You believe you have to make a choice, yet are reluctant to do so. Of course not. It is plain to see for most of our problems in youth stem from such choices. Two options stand before you, each with its own merits. Which do you choose? That's the thrill of it. The key is to realize how fortunate you are to have two options at all, each of such great value. You should all be so lucky. What? Instead of just lamenting over this choice you have to make, why not focusing on pursuing both available options at once? But what if that's impossible? You're not hearing me, Kima. Clean out your ears and listen well. It doesn't matter if you can't have it both ways, for it's the pursuit that counts. Therein lies the joy of youth! Like sound, everything in mountains. I'm not sure what the context of that is, but yeah. So run, Kima! Run not for the destination, but for the feel of the wind in your hair! Run for the joy of being alive! You might be confusing him, and the rest of us too, I think. Well, that didn't go how I thought it would. Anyway, break's nearly over. We'd best drink up, then I'll go find a bin for the cans. After that, we should just have enough time to plan our next move. Oh, I can handle the cleanup, Shuten. You don't have to. It's fine. You should take a minute to think about what McCroy just said. There is important advice in there somewhere. Actually, McCroy can come with me to dispose of these cans, since 4 is a bit much for one person to carry. Come on, you. But I still haven't... Ow! Stop! Let me go. My fragile youth! Oh, that was a bit dramatic. Hey, at least I got a moment alone, though. Wanna talk? I'm here to listen. The voiceover, though. Which voiceover? There's an eye. Wanderwagel! I made chocolates for everyone. I just wanted to make all my friends smile. Huamo pulls a large paper bag out from under his jacket and shows it to you. It's filled to the brim with little chocolate shaped like baseball. Aww, cute. I was actually supposed to be meeting up with Ashiguro and Yunzo today, to trade and share chocolates with them. But I couldn't bring myself to go. I couldn't face them like this. I heard some of the older students on my team talking to someone outside the staff room the other day. Someone who'd gone pro. A lot of the students on our team make it to the big leagues, but for some reason, it just hit me. I'm not as good as them. I hate to admit it. I'm loath to admit it, really, but it's true. They're miles ahead of me. I'll never be able to catch up. So, while I wanted to hang out with my friends, I just kept thinking it'd be a waste of time when I should be training instead. And yet here I am, wasting even more time by being indecisive. I think I need a boot upside my head. It just really sucks. Not good enough, Valentine. Hey. Valentine. Huamo hangs his head, making it difficult to see his expression, but you do hear the crinkling of a paper bag filled to bursting with chocolates. I hope you two have had a good chat, because we're back. Shootin', Come on, Kimil. Talk time's over. It's time for action now. Okay. Look, I know you've got something on your mind, but just standing around worrying about it isn't going to help, is it? You gotta grab life by the horns, and as fast as... Cause as your rival, I would be content to sit around consoling you forever. Right, where to next, then? I had a peek at the scoreboard, and it seems we have tumbled a ways down the ladder due to penalties incurred. However, according to the map, there's still a large concentration of event participants around the station plaza. If you want to stay in the competition, we have no choice but to get our hands on their chocolate. Yep. Besides, we still don't know how the stage is going to end. The sooner we get our scores up, the better. We'll just have to try and snap as many photos as we can. Fleeing probably wasn't the best option. Let's work our way back up to the top then. Oh, if only we'd grab those chocolates. That's what I was saying. What's done is done. No point in rushing for the past to change itself, or the present's gonna wrap without us. Well put. I, for one, am simply pleased that I will be able to make such a grand departure from that few will ever be able to forget. That's not part of the competition, though, so it's probably not something to boast about. Never mind that! We'll be heading back onto the battlefield, each of us with companions to watch our backs, and so we shall prevail. Hey, Kima, you okay? I'm feeling a lot better now, actually. Thanks for hearing me out. I didn't think getting that stuff off my chest would help much, but I think it did. Guess I was worried for nothing, huh? Anyway, now that I'm here, I want to do everything I can to help us win this thing. So let's go! I'm ready! Just ahead, in the station plaza outside of Ikebukuro Station's west gate. Okay, you win. Here's my chocolate. Make sure you got a good pick. Oh, it's Kasuga. That was me trying to remember his voice. Holy shit, how does he sound like? You know it. I might not look like it. Oh yeah, that's it. I might not look like it, but I'm natural with a camera. I'm basically a professional photographer. Oops, that one's blank. Let me try it again. Your arrival on scene to find it somehow even more chaotic than before. A fierce battle rages against the backing track, comprised of incessant clicking of countless phone cameras. Yeah, let's see this. I see. So he beat him and now he's just taking a picture of the chocolate for registration. Hopefuls and rank out trade places with such mind-boggling swiftness, and it's impossible to keep track. It's all too apparent that this is going to be West Ikubukuro's last stand. What's going on here? Things sure did escalate quickly. Say chocolate cheese, everybody! What the fuck, Katsuga? Chocolate cheese! Wait, what are you doing? We need photos of chocolate, not of each other. Look on the bright side. There are plenty of chocolates to be found here, all right for the taking. Nice! Our points just keep going up. We're nearly at the top of the scoreboard now. The second Kima says this, his phone screen switches from the app expansion board display to match to the much anticipated video message from the head honcho himself. You have fought well, our gladiators. We are truly impressed by your... so how do we end this thing? We shouldn't have been able to hear that. How curious. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, isn't this a pre-recorded message? Why are you talking? Claude's like, I guess I can't hear it. Our apologies, though. We understand everyone is quite anxious. We shall have Snow explain procedure at once. Snow, if you please. Someone in the Discord was converted to a Katsuga fan just from the scene, from them taking, sneaking in, getting a photobomb of the picture. If there's a scene with Katsuga later, that's spoiler! I'll have to see it, but please don't spoil. Of course, my darling master. Listen well, participants, or I shall now fill you in with the last details of the stage. Hey, can't you just cut to the chase? We're fighting for our lives here. The goal is to fight for chocolate, not your lives. If you die, that's your fault. The map functions and your app expansion has just been updated. You'll find out it now shows a new location, which is displayed in red. This, as you may as well guess, is the goal of the first stage, as well as your final destination for the advancement to the second. Only those who reach the goal with sufficient chocolate points and their possessions will be able to proceed onward. Well, what's the minimum? Additionally, please understand that only those who reach the goal within the designated time limit will be accepted. I wish you all the best of luck, and a truly happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so we know where to go now. And it's right where we all thought. What's the big idea? Why are there so many participants down there? Nomad jumps to his feet, looking outraged. He's attending to his duties as head of security from the roof of a building opposite Ikebukuro Station. The battle rages. Below us was heretofore unseen fury. The closer they are to victory, the more desperate they become. Look at them all. There's no way we're gonna have enough room for all those people. Where'd they all come from anyway? I expect the numbers to have decreased by now, but they all seem to have gone up. And it's time for us to do our part, Tourist Mask. We must ensure that the district's peace is upheld. Hold on, you two. Don't just leave me up here alone. As he hurries to follow his colleagues, Tourist Mask catches sight of a familiar face in the crowd below. Wait, isn't that? It is. It's... Cuba! You should take your time there. He's trying to remember who he was. It's the baseball guy. Cuba, that's it. Nomad getting his 5 seconds of screen time every event. Well, you know, let's give him a break, because even though he gets to be, you know, cameoed every single time, it's kind of as a joke position every single time. It took him like, what, 2 variants and like 5 or 6 years for him to get like finally be a detective, as he keeps on proclaiming he is. So poor Nomad in a way. Nice work, everyone. I think we can all safely make our way back to the goal now. You can already see a flurry of participants doing exactly that. However, for everyone who leaves this area, 5 more seem to enter it en route to the same waypoint, causing the crowd to swell as rapidly as a blocked hose. As a blue bolt cock. It's so packed here, I can't see what's going on. Where I'm going. It's like being in a sea of people. Everyone is determined to make it to the next stage. Curses. We'll never be able to make a goal in time at this rate. Well, we have to try. We're up on the scoreboard. If we make it to the goal, we're in. Wait, I thought we were behind. Alright.
Those 4 are at the top of the scoreboard. Get him! Stop him!
Fine. We'll do it like this. We're quick. You and I are gonna open up a path to the goal. I'll take left, you take right. Understood. Incidentally, I hope you don't mind me asking, or were you ever a journal? You have remarkable leadership skills. Yeah, I once was. But that was a long time ago now. Nomad is everywhere literally. Maybe not quite literally. He's ubiquitous, but he's not everywhere. In the end, I made a mistake that cost us everything. Shuten's expression hardens as memories of the losses he's seen, and of his own naivete in trusting others, float unbidden to the forefront of his mind. Hey, Shuten. What is it, Kima? Do you have any regrets? Anything you wish you could go back and do over? Are you crazy? Of course I have regrets. They haunt my dreams every night. Oh. But that doesn't mean I want to change the past. In fact, I don't think I would do anything differently, even if I could. Why not? Think about it. If we got to do things over again and again until we were satisfied, we'd miss out on a lot of living. And if we always knew what the consequence of our actions would be, we'd only ever make decisions based on outcome. Take this route and 2 friends die, but take this route and 3 friends die. I'd hate to start seeing the people I care about as nothing but numbers and statistics, you know? He does have a point. This is getting deep again. Better to take responsibility for your mistakes than to ignore your gut and always make safe choices. You and Ibaraki looked up to me, but I bet there are plenty of people who feel the same about you. It's easy to look at someone and think they've got everything figured out, but we all feel uncertain from time to time. So whatever it is you regret, don't let it get you down. We're all going through the same thing, one way or another. You okay, Kima? You gotta keep moving. Come on. Right. I'm coming.
What the?
Shuten and McCroyk's team is explosive in its efficacy. Clouds of participants soon fill the air, so high off the ground that one might imagine they'd been fired from cannons. Just hang out there for a minute while we pass through. Wouldn't want any of you to get hurt. You will move, or I will make you move. I will not allow a single one of you to stand in our way.
That ain't good for you, handsome beasts. Oh, yes, steady, harder.
Together, Shuten and McCroy clear the way forward, wave after wave of chocolate hunters, and in no time at all, you've got the opening you need to find yourself gunning for the goal. This is our chance. Be sure to keep up. Shuten leads the charge, with McCroy hot on his heel, and you and Kima bring up the rear, running as if your lives depended upon it. However, just shy of the goal, Kima unexpectedly grinds to a sudden halt, a look of terror emblazoned on his face. It's gone. No, please, no. I must have dropped it somewhere. What's the matter, Kima? Keep going. We're almost there. I can't. I dropped something very important. It's for, it's one of the special chocolates I made. I have to find it. Special? Apart from the baseballs, then. I'll have to go back and... Kima turns, preparing to sprint back to the way you came, only to stop dead at the sight of the horde that keeps gaining on your group by the second.
What are you doing? Are you trying to get trampled? When I get going, I'm not easy to stop, you know.
Wait, is Kasuga joining us? What? Fortune does smile upon him in this moment as he spies the bag containing the chocolate he'd lost by his feet and is able to quickly retrieve it. This comes at a cost, however. Merely stopping in hesitation had given the pursuing masses a chance to catch up, but taking even this split second to collect what he'd lost ensures they definitely will. It's too late to second guess his actions now, however. The stampede is almost upon him. He is no longer capable of getting out of the way in time. He winces, bracing himself for the impact. Yet to his surprise, it does not come from the front, but from the side. Someone tackles him, knocking him out of the horde's path.
Arthur!
I've got you, Kima. You okay? Let me help you up. Arthur. You know what I like about you? Kima smiles shyly, recalling perhaps the main reason he chose to turn down his friend's invitation in favor of coming out here to Ikebukuro. You always put your best foot forward in everything you do, no matter where you go or who you're with. Life is all about decisions, for our destination is never truly certain. The way events play out is entirely dependent on how we proceed and why. Kima understands this. It's why he has always sought to connect with someone who isn't afraid to push on, even in times of uncertainty and confusion. And even if that push should lead to regret. As McCroy had so poignantly noted, regret just means you found two options you care about enough to get upset over. And simply having those choices is a blessing in and of itself. Kima glances over at Shuten and McCroy. They're still running, so he can only see their backs, but somehow the sight of them is enough to push him into gear. At that moment, he realizes something mundane and obvious, yet incredibly comforting to him. Time is on his side. He can afford to waste a little bit figuring himself out. And he realizes something else too. Wasting time is one option. But what if he instead chooses to push through his indecision to intentionally deny himself the time to puzzle things out? He concludes on the spot that if he chooses this latter option, then when he's forced to make a hard decision down the line, he'll be able to face his regret with a smile. And I can't read it because it's cutting off. I wish all my friends were all my friends were here right now. I mean, for my classmates and teammates at Yoyogi Academy. So the people I've met and befriended from other schools. And if they were, I tell them exactly what I'm feeling. But instead... In his mind's eye, Kima sees his friends walking along their respective paths, which ran off in all directions. Some running parallel to his own, others running far away. Suddenly, he turns to you and squeezes your hands in his, as if to confirm that you, at least, are on the path right there beside him. Kima. Instead, I'm going to say it to you.
From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, Arthur. You've given me the courage to run, so let's do it. Let's get to that goal.
Your gaze meets Kima's, only to find his eyes shining brighter than the midday sun. All trace of his earlier melancholy evaporated. Looking snazzy, Kima.
Kima Nakatsuki, first year bench warmer on Yoyogi Academy's baseball team. Now stepping up to bat.
Yeah, Kaomei legs aren't exactly the greatest. There's Miniaki's, and most infamously, there's also, what's his name? Nobuharu's. Well, you know, at least, his art looks nice when he's drawn by other people. Like in the AR. The AR is so cute in this event. With Kima making that derpy face of, you know, being shocked at receiving a gift. It's too cute. He also looks pretty good in the other ARs with him featured, like with him and Gunzo, I believe. And then there's one with like the single bulls. He's kind of there in the background being goofy too. But yeah, in the very least, Kaomei seems to be good at drawing good clothes. Well, you know, variant-wise anyways. Not gonna be saying much for other default clothes. But yeah, he did dress all spick and span for this variant.
On the next episode of Housamo Ball Z.
Working his legs harder and faster than he ever has before until they swell to become larger than Nobuharu's. Fingers tightly linked with yours, Kuma sprints across the battlefield, a half step ahead of you.
Don't let go of my hand! We have to keep pushing forward. Run faster if you can, but if you can't, don't worry, I've got you!
After shouting this back at you over his shoulder, Kuma takes a deep breath. Then, seeing to draw on some inner well of strength.
Look at him go!
He doubles his speed, shooting across the asphalt like a cork from a bottle, sending the participants he passes spiraling off in all directions like spinning tops. Huh. Yet despite this, one stubborn contender remains hot on his trail.
You can't outrun me! I'm gonna gut. Can't breathe. For my whole flare! Whoops! Did I do that? I really shouldn't have unleashed that here. Once it's popped, it won't stop!
You're gonna melt your own chocolate doing that too. Isn't he part of the Berserkers? So like, shouldn't he be helping with, you know, the rest of the Berserkers and not actually participating? The transient is now wreathed in a gigantic mass of flames. You can feel the heat licking at your back, as well as Kusuga's tongue as well. but Kima's sacred artifact keeps it from harming you. After all, anything sufficiently large or impressive enough to warrant being called a giant is fated to fall in the presence of David. Kima does have a sacred artifact. What do you know? I mean, I don't think he actually summoned David, so I guess that makes sense. David just follows him for some reason. After all, anything sufficiently large enough to being called giant is fated to fall in the presence of David. Yeah. What's more, his rule grows exponentially stronger with every sheep in his flock who requires protection. David, I need you to pitch with me. You know the play of God in Mind, right? David smiles to himself, remembering the wish that had brought him into this Tokyo in the first place. Oh, I guess, was he summoned? I don't know. The little shepherd is guided by light at all times. Light has always shown him the proper path, straight and true, to cut through the darkness of the world with ease. His role is the reason light favors him, and he is destined to one day bring something crucial into being with it. To be fair, this is Kasuga we're talking about. I guess he wouldn't be able to really know how to, you know, play by the rules of the Berserkers anyways. They did call him their secret weapon after all. And this destiny is one of the reasons why David is so drawn to Kima, and why he is awed by the young man's doubt and struggles. The close bonds they share, wrought out by Kima's inner light, allow their very beings to become as one. Goliath! Smiter! Kima's pitch whistles through the air, piercing the center of the fiery apparition with impeccable precision. No! You can't nullify my legendary cheat code like that! As the flames at his back fade into smoke, Kima, cheeks flushed from exertion, gives you a hand, a sweaty squeeze, pulling you alongside with him. We're almost there. I can see the goal. Let's run through it together, Ayrton. Contestants, I'm afraid your time is up. No further passage to the goal will grant admission to the next stage. Oh wait, this is no talking. Contestants, I'm afraid your time is up. No further passage to the goal will grant you admission to the next stage. Participants who are out of the running, however, are more than welcome to join the festivities as spectators. In the meantime, let us have a round of applause for those who have made the cut. Gentle applause. I can't believe we didn't make it, and I guess this is the end of the event. Goodbye. We made it, by the skin of our teeth. Thank you for sticking with me. I couldn't have run all that way without you. I hope I didn't hurt your hand or anything. I didn't mean to grip it so hard. Arthur? There you are. I was wondering what happened to you two. Took a while to get here, huh? That useful display was incredible, Kuma! I might end up falling for you if I'm not careful. Ah, there you go. So someone mentioned there that he falls for everyone. Spoiler! Shootin'! We're quick! I gave it my all, but was it really good enough? Did I meet the expectations of my teammates? Why the lack of confidence? Ah, if only you could have seen yourself back there. Truly a sight to behold. Catch your breath and take a good look around you. The evidence of your youthful vigor is plain to see, my friend. Kima takes a single sidelong glance and jumps a bit as he notices for the first time that he's surrounded by a crowd of event-goers. Every last one of them is applauding and cheering, though it takes Kima a moment to longer process the fact that he is the object of their attention. I've never seen someone run like that before. He put pro baseballers to shame, kid. When's your next match? I want to come watch. I'll bring chocolates. I don't get it. How can you cancel my ultimate cheat like that? It shouldn't be possible. Unless
This is the flat trigger for a lifelong friendship event. That really was pretty cool. So, I mean, if you wanted to be friends, I'd probably be okay with that.
Huh? Are you talking to me? Wait, is everyone talking to me? This kind of thing doesn't happen often, so enjoy it while it lasts. Make yourself some new friends. It's because the female is a chain smoker, as are all yaksha.
Indeed, rejoice and indulge. As receiving adulations for a job well done is one of my many highlights of youth.
Oh gosh,
Thanks everyone. I really appreciate the,
Any idea what I should say or do here? I've never been in this kind of situation before. It almost doesn't feel real. It's nice and it makes me happy. But for some reason Human trails off, choking back something between a sob and a chuckle as he becomes aware of the tears streaming uncontrollably down his cheeks. Aww. Come on, Kima, bring it in. I will never do that again. Kima seems to crumple at your touch, as if sapped of his earlier adrenaline, and you continue to comfort him as he begins bawling his eyes out. Yet throughout it all, his smile never falters, and the crowd's applause continues unbroken for some time. Happy baseball ending.
Yep, it was a touch and go for a minute there, but in the end, he pulled through. Figured you want to know.
I'm not sure what it is, but he reminds me of myself sometimes.
Huh? Ashiro is still sulking, isn't he?
Sorry, but you have to be the one to talk to him, Yunzo. I've got to get back to work. Later! Kima's such a good kid. We really could use someone like him in the wrestling club. Is this gonna be a montage of, like, what other people are saying to them? Within the group? Oh, I guess not. Hey, I finally have the confidence to give you this, so here. Kima drops a chocolate shaped like a baseball bat into your waiting hand. It's quite heavy and fits snugly into your palm. A heavy chocolate? Oh my god, thank you. Very appropriate, you think, smiling down at it. A baseball bat, and the boy who's dedicated is used to sport. For some reason, this thought makes you feel extra special. Now you can practice putting that in your mouth so that I have a reward for you later.
Oh, how the joys of youth fill my heart!
Hey, your name's McCroik, right? You wouldn't happen to be McCroik of Ulster, the one from all the stories, would you?
Huh?
As stage one of the event winds to a close, McCroik turns to face his sudden questioner in surprise. Indeed, though the first hurdle has just been cleared, the Battle of the Valentines has only now just begun. As has Episode 3. Now, where's Dave? Do you mean Dave as in Kima's buddy transient, or do you mean Dave as in Kengo? Kengo probably made it in much earlier, since, you know, he's busted. Alright, we are now going to be continuing with Episode 3, Part 1. And most likely Kengo's already entered the meeting area because, you know, he wasn't really held down by us in the beginning when we were just running away doing nothing. I think it was definitely a confronter, I don't know. Now on to the best episode of this event, at least for me.
Spoiler!
I'm kidding. I mean, kind of actually. Sentiments are spoilers too, but we'll just have to see if that's true or not. So that episode was like decently long for, you know, what was only 2 parts compared to like the 3 parts from before. But yeah, we're on pace to finishing in like just a bit under 3 hours at this rate. If the next episode is going to be also an hour and a half-ish. Oh no, it's us. It is said that the otherworld desert of Aru was once home to both the hero, known as the god of sand and storms, and a serpentine demon of immense size and even greater evil. The name of the former was Seth, the name of the latter, Apophis. The fuck is that? Is that the dragon sprite? Like the 2-star dragon mob? It might even be 1-star. I think it's this 2-star mob. Fun fact, they also did the same thing for Melty when they were showing her dragon form as a silhouette. It was just a fucking 2-star dragon. And though many famous warriors challenged Apophis, all but one fell. Only Seth, it seemed, could stand against the great serpent. But Seth was not alone, for he had an adoring younger brother who endeavored to follow in his footsteps. He had the support of countless others as well, who not only admired, but wholly worshipped him. Inevitably, however, this also gave rise to many who opposed him and his followers. Eventually, the latter group won out and Seth fell from the grace, his reputation changing from exalted hero to nefarious villain practically overnight. Among the many rumors which contributed to this fall, there was one claiming that Apophis had, in fact, been Seth and Serpentine guys all along. However, the truth of this matter remains unknown, as Seth declined to ever to comment on it. And shortly after his public disgracing, he left Aru for good, taking the weight of the world's evils with him. His brother remained in Aru, his faith in Seth untarnished, and vowed to live by the wisdom Seth had taught him and to carry out the tasks Seth had left undone. Noble as these intentions were, there unfortunately existed one fatal flaw in this plan. How was the brother to carry out such things, when Seth had never confided in him what they were? Trying to keep one's legacy. Always a question. Not really, this is kind of a very specific thing that most people don't experience, including myself. How could he ever hope to reach his goal when he didn't ever even know which direction he should be facing to get there? Seth's little brother had been pondering this conundrum ever since, living his life in honor of a legacy he's never truly known. According to my research, Apophis was killed by the cat Mau with a knife. Yeah, we're not gonna get Apophis probably, but yeah, for those who have not watched or read Desert Journey, to give context for that, a bit spoiler alert for Desert Journey, which is like already translated and has been for a long time. The unit character we know as Seth actually is not Seth, but is Ash, his younger brother. The real Seth was the one you're mentioning, and then he was exiled or something, and then we had to Ash decided to take up his identity, including his name. Several days before the Battle of Valentines is scheduled to begin on the Roppongi Academy campus. The air is thick with heady aroma, which can be traced to one particular student dormitory kitchenette. Now that the chocolate's all melted, it's time to pour it into the molds. The smell is just heavenly. I wish my room smelled like this. But I mustn't let myself get distracted. Let's see now. Okay, start with the chopped nuts. Only R decides what is a spoiler. Okay, well, it is a big spoiler for the Desert Journey because that's the end of it. But it's not the event we're playing right now. And also, I already did play Desert Journey on stream. And also, this is newly translated, so, like, no. It's just been consistent with LifeWonders' release schedule. I'm being diligent with keeping up with these stories as they're translated, so I'm gonna be upset if someone does spoil something significant in these stories when I'm actually trying to read them on time. With that said, if I don't neglect to read something on time and then it's like spoiled to me much later, it's like that's just my fault. Seth turns to, but you know, it's complicated nowadays with spoilers abound for not for anything and everything, whether it's Netflix shows or movies or whatever. Seth turns quickly to the videos on his phone, which is entitled A Beginner's Guide to Valentine's Day. It takes several minutes, what with pausing and rewinding the video between steps. But soon Seth has made a large quantity of chocolate bonbons with a variety of fillings. He steps back to admire his handiwork, feeling a rush of pride. Chocolatto dessert? Oh, amazing! I didn't think I could make them look this good on my first attempt. I don't even think they're a store-bought. Wow, someone's, what's it called? Not so humble. Now, to wrap them. He had started this little project on him. With Valentine's Day right around the corner, and having never attempted to make chocolates before, what better time to give it a go? Christmas, obviously. Assuming they turned out okay, he might as well present a certain someone with the chocolates as a gift. His reactions alone would make it worth the effort. He hadn't put any more thought into it than that, so he surprised even himself by the lengths he was going to, even printing out special wrapping paper in Ikebukuro. I'd better give one quick taste test, just to be safe. I was wrong. That's even better than store-bought. Maybe he's being extra careful because he doesn't normally cook, but whatever the reason, the chocolates are a bona fide work of art. Of course, it probably doesn't hurt that he was thinking of a certain someone as he made them. Ha! I'm actually quite good at this. Of course, it don't make sense for a god like me to be a natural at everything I do. The smell is reminding me of something very specific. I wonder what it could be. Maybe. Yes, that's it. Someone at school had remarked on how chocolate is effective as ending a potion or spell. This rumor rather tickles him, as Seth's name had been once invoked for love spells and inscribed on amulets by those longed for by for another's embrace. Though that name did not actually belong to the Seth currently present in Tokyo, for he is not Seth from Aru at all, but rather his younger brother whose true name was Ash. See, what I said isn't even a spoiler, they're just gonna say it up front. Well, I guess they just said a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler if it's within the story, whatever. You know what I mean. I should be in the clear. There's no way anyone would think anything of all the renowned hero Seth making chocolates. Although, I seem to recall my brother never really enjoyed talking about love potions and like. Come to think of it, I'm not even sure how you wound up with that reputation in the first place. Seth, as he called himself, is often struck by how little he really knows of his older brother's deeds. He tries his best to play the part, but he often gets lost in his own act. Whenever he's unsure of what the real Seth would do, he becomes self-conscious of his behavior, not wanting to tarnish his beloved brother's good name. Okay, Seth. Less moping, more chocolate making. I can definitely think of a few other people that'd like to give some to. Oh, I clicked the log by accident. I'll put less effort into them, though. Maybe I should make a list? Let's see. Anawan and Ganglei for sure. Yamao too, and... Wait. What about like Seth actually go out of his way to do something like this? Seth hesitates, casting a despairing glance at the unmental bar of baking chocolate still clutched in his hand. He fully intends to continue living as Seth. He has absolutely no regrets or qualms about doing so. On the contrary, it fills him with a strange pride to know that he's carrying on the name. But working on this little Valentine's project has forced him to face just how inaccurate his imitation of his older brother really is. He does want to give these chocolates to his friends, but he wants to do it in a way befitting of the real Seth. The problem is, he's not sure what that would be, or even if it would be. Still waiting for more Egyptian gods like Sobek or Anubis to get someone from Auru. Yeah, Anubis is like a staple. I'm surprised they haven't done him yet. He's like the most obvious choice too, since, you know, dog. Seth, meanwhile, is like a jackal at best, but in reality, it's kind of like an undefined species. He could try to draw some kind of connection between the whole love charm angle, but that's a bit hard to pull off when he doesn't even know where the ankle originated from. Even more so because he's aware that his brother actively avoided ever discussing the topic, neither confirming nor denying, and certainly not elaborating on any of the rumors. In any case, his confidence is beginning to crumble now, and all because of that silly little whim to try his hand at making chocolates. Perhaps, he thinks, it's only natural, inevitable, really, that his resolve would crack under pressure, as it's not unlike a block of chocolate. As a maelstrom of emotions threatens to break through from his heart, Seth wonders if he is weak or if it's simply the nature of all the people to become fragile and uncertain at times like this. Yeah, from what I read, there is no other animal really like it from Egypt, so they really weren't happy with calling it a dog or a jackal. They just left it as Set. But I don't know if there's any archaeological evidence of an extant time with the resemblance of that corroborating that. In the end, Seth takes his nicely wrapped bonbons back to his rooms and tucks them away in one of his drawers. In doing so, he feels as if he is locking away a small portion of himself, his true self, for safekeeping. Though he knows deep down that the real intent here is to keep this side of himself hidden from prying eyes. You shouldn't do that. You're muffling the melody of your song.
Mike, what? Wait, who said that?
Oh my gosh, it's Leanne and Chi. I was actually guessing it would be her because it was like no one else would talk about melody, I think.
Kawaii! Your dreams wishes to sing for all the world to hear. The ballad of your heart yearns to be set free. Our emotions, thoughts, feelings, and dreams are the lyrics of the end worlds. We are conduits for self-expression. I'm certain you know what I mean, because you do have a dream, don't you? There's something, someone you want to become. In life, there is surely nothing more difficult or more joyous in creation than bringing something new into this world.
Leanne is currently moving directly behind Seth.
Okay, I've got 2 questions from you. Who the hell are you, and how did you get to my room? Oh, don't worry. I'm here to help you. My name's Leanne and Chi. There's 2 N's here. There's 2 N's. I thought there was 1 N. My name's Leanne and Chi, and I'm a producer. I got into this room because I have extended movement in all directions. My job is to help you realize your dreams. Come again? And I have a vigor, and ardor, and limit. Oh, why not have some arousal too? Oh, and glint while we're at it. And every 3 turns, perhaps some crit will help? Maybe even some guts. Love Potion of the Heart, Episode 3. Neanderthal? Hey, your name's McCroik, right? You wouldn't happen to be McCroik of Ulster, the one from All Stories, would you?
So they're all from Tirnadog.
Stories?
McCroik stares at the one who is engaging him in surprise, seemingly quite stumped by this random query.
Sorry. Where are my manners? It's nice to meet you. My name's Cat G. As you can probably guess, I'm from the realm of pixie cats back in our homeland. Indeed. The pixie cat of Tirnadog. All the way out here. Well, the wonders of youth never cease. Believe me, I'm just as surprised as you are. I had no idea you were here, my Croik of the Lightning Blade. Yeah, speaking of, do you have it with you right now? Is that it on your back? Is it true that the ancient memories lie within it? Memories of all the great heroes throughout history that aided the Chosen One who drew it from the earth. They say that the Chosen One is fated to outlive all other heroes for as long as that blade is in their possession, because of the role it plays in recording the history of the world. It's absolutely legendary! As the future king of cats, I can't help but feel a ferocious respect for that sword of yours. That's all very nice to hear, but I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, but we'll have to continue this another time. I'm getting an announcement notification on my phone.
Snow looks extra blue here. Congratulations, contestants, on that marvelous performance in Stage 1. The battles you fought were truly spectacular. Those of sufficient rank who managed to pass the goal should have a separate message waiting for them regarding Stage 2. For now, please proceed to the changing room located to the right of the underground Colosseum's entrance. Best of luck. Excellent. It would seem that the first stage was no match for my youthful vigor. My apologies, Ketchi, but it really must be off. Let us speak more once of our shared homeland when we next meet. Ta-ta for now! I think he might have avoided that.
Huh? What was all that about? And don't tell me he's forgotten. That shouldn't even be possible concerning his sword's rule. Oh, why would he remember? Unless he was somehow me to forget, maybe. Hey, yo, check it out! There you are, Ketchi! I've been looking out for all of you. It's time for you to do what you do best. Huh? What are you staring at? Something got you whiskers in a twist? Yeah? All right. Here's not the time to be for worrying about things like that. Coming! Hey, yo!
Ah, they make a cute pair. So let's start our Alp and Ketchi friends. Are they pursuing Stage 2? Hey, ready for the next stage, Arthur? We'd better get a move on. The other participants are already on their way to the changing rooms. Hey, come on, McCroik. Last one, there's a rotten egg. Where's your useful spirit gone?
Coming! You have to forgive me. Bumping into someone from my homeland brought a lot of old memories back.
Speaking of old memories, you really remind me of someone, McCroik. Like, a lot. But I can't put my finger on who.
That is the way of youth. At times, it sips along with such intensity that one counter off blends with the next.
Do you have to drag your youth into everything? I really don't think that word means what you think it means. At last, you and your friends enter the changing room, filled with so many people that one barely has room to breathe. Or perhaps everyone simply left breathless in awe of all those present who've proven their mettle and earned a spot in this upcoming second stage. You crane your neck around to get a better look around. In the midst of this crowd of prospective champions, you spot a very familiar face. Cute panda. He is a squishy, silly panda. That is not a panda.
Hey, there you are. About time you showed up, Ayrton.
See, Alp's Heyo's like, hey, yo! Ashigura's Heyo's like, hey, oh! Like that. This is a difference, very important.
Kengo, you made it.
You weren't worried about me, were you?
Hey, why do you seem so relieved? Was there any doubt I'd make it? Just you wait. I'll teach you not to underestimate me. Kengo, nice to see you through. Ditto. I mean, I kind of figured since you two were working together. Ayrton doesn't lose easy.
He's calling McCroik a chump here.
So, anything changed since we last saw each other?
You ready to give me a real fight or what?
Not yet, I'm afraid. However, I've got to regain my full strength before our next meeting upon the field of battle. Yeah? Well, take your time. That sounds rushing a good thing. Besides, you're not the only one who's got stuff to figure out. Oh, is that so? Kima! Oh, whoa! Easy there, Garmer! Okay, come on, settle down. I'm happy to see you too, buddy, but there's no room to fool around in here. Garmer, suck him a run! Run fast as! Run fast as, Garmer! Keep him fast, keep him cool! But Stoke tell Garmer, say sorry. So Garmer wants to say sorry. Garmer, do bad. Garmer, very sorry. Hey, no, that's okay. If anything, I shouldn't have reacted the way I did. I mean, I didn't mean to upset you, Garmer. Then, Garmer, Kiwa, friends? Some of you at school, Kiwa know that. Same here, so Garmer and Kiwa, friends? I didn't know that, actually. But yeah, we could totally be friends. Kiwa, look! Happy! Kiwa happy! Garmer happy! Kiwa, Garmer, friends! Oh!
Dualisa. Drew Dualisa's Dualisa, remaining glued to the screen in front of him. His Dualisa changes ever so slightly as his normally blank Dualisa began to show a hint of Dualisa. Homer was supposedly the guardian of the underworld back in his homeland of Yggdrasil. That means he must have seen a lot of death, and indeed lived out many a day completely surrounded by it on all sides. Perhaps the stench of decay lingered on Garmer's fur even now, for unfamiliar feelings of pity always stirred within the duo whenever Garmer drew near.
Greetings, gladiators! We trust the first stage of this event was to your liking. Claude, missed ya. Yeah, it was alright. It's a crazy good time. We are grateful for your support, dear gladiator. That spirit of participation will serve you well in the trials to come. So, you got things under control now. Looking awful relaxed, considering that you guys messed up and had to change the rules at the last second. Of course. Turning a crisis into an opportunity is child's play for any true leader. Please see Chapter 11 for a case example of that. Hello, Claude! Greetings, McCroik. You put on a stunning display out there. All that youthful energy of yours really does pack a punch. Now that I think about it, the fact that he's not part of the staff probably means that... Actually, never mind. I think they did say he was a berserker. I know he's part of the Bukuro Academy, but I can't remember if they exactly when they said he's part of the Berserkers as well. You flatter me, but I must thank you for inviting me to take part in this event. I'm having the time of my life. I should be the one thanking you. Why, you put on such a good show that I was even tempted to join the fray myself. Thanks to your efforts, and those of the other participants of the course, the Colosseum spectator gallery is at full capacity. The energy in the arena is nothing like I've ever felt. Everyone is wild with excitement to see more of our top contestants. Wow, that's a lot of people. I see some rankouts in the stands too. I almost forgot we were being watched. The live broadcast has certainly helped boost our numbers, but that's to be expected. After all, it is only natural to want to experience the energy of such incredible battles in the flesh after glimpsing them on screen. On that note, there is something we would like to attempt before the second stage begins. Thus, the personal appearance. To put simply, we have a favor to ask of everyone here. Would you be so kind to hear us out, gladiators? Sure, what do you need? The path of conquest need not always be a serious one. Sometimes a playful jaunt is just the thing to rouse one's spirit. What we have in mind is merely a request, but we do so hope you'll take part, as before the exact proceedings are classified. But if you're interested, Snow will make the necessary preparations. We must be off, but do let him know when you've decided. Every time I meet with Claude, I'm reminded that youth takes many forms, and he certainly seems to be enjoying his. He's having the time of his life toying with us. Can't Can't believe he's playing this kind of thing again.
If we're having to be a part of it, I'll probably pass. Seemed to me he was mostly talking to you lot anyway.
Wait, are you not actually participating? I'm guessing it's kind of show for the audience, but who knows? What do you want to do? If you're in, oh, it's an optional thing, I see, for the audience. Let me just check. Yeah, I'm not paying attention apparently, but yeah, they're just requesting them to do something funny, but it's not mandatory for the competition. But yeah, let's do it. Yeah, better than watching from the sidelines, I guess.
Thank you. Claude will be most pleased. Now, to begin with, please change into these clothes.
The costumes that Snow lays before you and your friends are befitting of an underground Colosseum, might one say. Oh, what was I thinking? I shouldn't have agreed to this. Maybe I should just... Hey, it's almost curtain call. Better go get changed. Right, on my way. Seth's reply is far from enthusiastic, but he seems to perk up a little as his fingers close around the wrapped bonbon tucked in his pack. Meanwhile, in the Ikebukuro Colosseum, there's not a single empty seat to be found in the massive spectator gallery that surrounds the central stage, and excitement hangs in the air like a fog. The crowd's chatter dies down in an instant, however, as the spotlight pops into being with a loud twang, and a man strides into the warmth of its beam.
Welcome, one and all, to all our glorious Colosseum. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming here today. For those who somehow do not know yet who we are, our name is Claude. We are responsible for organizing and financing the Battle of the Valentines event. Valentine's Day is an occasion dear to our heart, for it celebrates love in all its forms, parental, platonic, and romantic. It is an occasion upon which we may show those we care for just how grateful we are for their presence in our lives. The same can be said of any battle. Do we not spare a thought for those we love before charging into the fray? That is why we have chosen today to assemble for some of the best fighters Ikebukuro has to offer. Dear audience, for they will communicate our gratitude to you through the art of battle.
Okay, that's kind of unexpectedly, extremely expected.
And so, without any further ado, we present to you.
Claude really went out on these costumes, huh? Not that I'm complaining. They're easy enough to move around in. Looks like something Claude would wear, honestly. Is 5-star. I've never worn something like this before. Feels a bit strange. And all that applause is making my head spin. Oh, what's that, David? These clothes remind you of the old days. Huh. Well, at least you're enjoying this. This is youth at its finest. Nothing compares to the feeling of anticipation before stepping out onto the battlefield.
Hey, you're born to wear that, Kengo.
Good to know. Looking the part definitely helps me get in the zone. Anyway, what are you supposed to do now? Is this meant to be a battle royale between the four of us or what?
Nothing of the sort. This is but an intermission to get the blood pumping before the second stage begins. That is why we have taken the liberty of preparing several worthy opponents for you. So do put on a good show, our gladiators. Now, begin!
Claude snaps his fingers, and the lightning in the venue dims, as your eyes struggle to adjust to the sudden darkness. An altogether different voice nips at your ears. Hey, you! Testing! Testing! What are you doing? We were supposed to test the mic before we went live. Well, it's too late now, so stand up and straight and strike a pose. The show can't get started without us.
Pretty sure it's already started. They do know we can hear them, right? Hey, I know these voices, how cool.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, thank you for joining us here in the underground Colosseum on this special day. A special day deserves a special celebration, and that's what we're here to provide. You're in for a real treat. But before we can begin, we're gonna need to hear the passphrase. Look at your hearts. I'm sure you'll find it. Yeah, they know it. I can tell. Ready, run? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3!
Happy Valentine's Day! Ooh, epilepsy warning there. As the audience shouts itself hoarse, a sandstorm begins to rage in the center of the room, obscuring the stage from view. And then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the wall of sand clears, revealing...
I am the god of sands and storms, but for today only. I am the god of chocolates! Did someone order oodles of grace and beauty squished into little delightful costumes? Because I'm here, lovelies! Hey, yo! Happy Valentine's, yo! I'm here from Win to teach you folks how to breakdance. Check out these moves! Check them out! Woo! 3, 2, meow! Call my name and I shall appear. Hi, famous magician of Roppongi. I'm here to make you believe in magic. That's right, everyone. We have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 special guests with us here today, including myself. Together, they'll be performing with us as a group of idol fighters, which they have named... We are Valentines! That's it. Let's keep the energy going. Now, how about a round of applause for our Sentinels, the Akihabara creators?
Oops.
Those 4 may be a little mismatched, but that's part of their charm. Besides, being true to oneself is insies right now.
Oh, Alpha are so cute. Bathroom's getting really into this too. And even says a part of this for some reason.
Hey, I saw you pick their option and not mine. Whoa, it's you again. What a surprise. Do you really have to take part in every single event ever?
I'm sorry, but them's the rules. I don't make them. Okay, someone else does.
It's like the whole world revolves around you.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
And just so you know, last time we met, that wasn't what it looked like. Oh, well, never mind. It doesn't matter. Ugh, this isn't a nightmare. Why do I keep bumping into you at the worst possible moments? Just leave me be.
You okay, buddy?
Did something we had happen to you too, partner? He seems really upset. Surprise! We'll be your partners for this little show. Cloud personally invited us to liven up the event. Yep, so let's just have fun with it, yeah? Sounds good to me. Hey, Seth! Can't you do something about all this sand? We're gonna end up buried alive at this rate. Oh, look who's fussing over the ring. Last I checked, that's a trademark of my guild, not yours.
Wait, who said that? Yeah, it was Bathroom, just making sure.
What's the matter, Kango? Afraid you can't cut it? Just so we're clear, I wouldn't be pulling any punches. I must confess, I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. But youth is, above all, an eternal mystery. So come with me, I shall follow your lead, my friends. Hey, yo, that's the spirit. Just go all out. Show us what you've got.
Now that our participants and guests have assembled, let the Battle of Valentine's bonus stage commence. The Battle of Valentine's bonus stage? Okay.
Nice still haven't really told us what we're meant to be doing, but, whatever. Let's just go for broke, partner. Alright, I'll back you up however I can, Harrison. To battle then, in the name of youth! I hope you know what you're doing, Lianashi. If it turns out you're lying to me, you'll face my wrath.
Imagine doubting the power of Lianashi. I can't believe Seth is a Lianon user. Alright, episode 3, part 2. I believe this is going to be the final part of episode 3, so it should be the final part of the stream as well. Lianon dependency. I wonder if Ben 10 has all the same moves as Lianon, or most of it anyways, because it's like, she knows how to hype herself up already, since she is like, you know, kind of beats to the, marches to the beat of her own drum. Yeah. I mean, Ben 10 is hype. I still remember her first appearance in Unfurled the Sails with the one with the eye gear. She was kind of... Actually, no, she appeared in the one before that, Golden Treasure Ship. She was abducted by mermaids or some shit, and then instead of, like, you know, living slavishly, she kind of made them into their slaves and was hoping for the most killer selfie or some shit. We met Ben 10 because we thought she was gonna jump or some shit, but instead she was just being dramatic, trying to take the selfie in front of fucking, like, in the middle of a rainstorm at the edge of the beach. And I believe she was, like, devastated because she wasn't getting likes or some stupid shit like that. So, like, I wouldn't call Ben 10 a hipster per se because she goes with the flow like that. But yeah, she has herself for sure. Back in his homeworld of Tirananog, McRoy had a fairy acquaintance. Her name was, and is, Lianashi, with 2 N's in the middle apparently. My world has been turned upside down. She is a lover of poetry, who makes her home in dreams and flights of fancy. She appears before those who long for a change in their identity, but are struggling to make it happen. She is said to be able to grant powers and abilities, to bring the unattainable within reach, and to make one's most heartfelt wishes come true. However, it is also said that those who accept Lianashi's gifts inevitably become so infatuated with her that it spells their doom. For they cannot help but cling to her guidance, growing more and more hopelessly dependent on her until they can no longer do anything at all without her aid. Yeah. Sounds about right. This is Housamo users in a nutshell. It's like, before, it's like people try to think of like the right team setups, but ever since they started using Lianon, they become fully codependent on her that they don't know how to play the game properly anymore. Oh my gosh, the call out to all Housamo players. If you use Lianon, I'm sorry, but the effect is too late. You have become brain dead and you don't know how to play the game anymore. Lianon is a wild temptress. She messed with my cute sass. Yes, I know, she only wants to help. It's for the extra damage. obviously you gotta rely on her and not use any. I just like, for some reason, like, we always shit posted about how everyone's too reliant on Lianichi, but I only just saw the connection of her real life lore to her actual people, players.
I am Seth. You may know me as the ruler of sand and storms, a powerful being who runs with a bad crowd. Or perhaps as the god of love charms. Well, that's what I dream of being anyway. And that's a dream that brought me all the way here, to this Tokyo. Still, the harder I try to change myself, the more I see what all needs to be changed. The little pieces of him I'm lacking. And though I have no problems running with a bad crowd, I do not consider myself to be a part of it. I don't have that kind of cunning, and I wouldn't even know where to start. The ideals of Seth's I have in mind just keeps growing grander and more imposing with each day that passes, even though it's as vague as a mist and as shaky as a house of cards. That day, when Leanne and she paid me a visit, she looked me right in the eye, and she said to me, "Don't worry, I'm here to help you. My name's Leanne and she, and I'm a producer. My job is to help you realize your dreams." Maybe I should read this in her voice instead. "Don't worry, I'm here to help you. My name's Leanne and she, I'm a producer, and my job is to help you realize your dreams. Whoever you want to be, whatever you want to become, I can make it happen. You can count on me to make the ideal you come true." Before she'd even finished her pitch, my mind was made up. I clutched at her proposal like a drowning man clutches at straws, and vowed to do everything she told me. It's coming ever closer. I can feel it. The vision that haunts me night after night is nearly within my grasp. Soon, I will stand in that spring and accept the love of another, just as I have dreamed of every night since arriving here. Despite the red clouds of sand whirling all around him, McCroy feels a shiver down his spine. They split the word McEnroy. He can sense the fate that approaches him, can almost hear it, in fact, as distinctly as if someone were reading it to him. This is because his role, as it happens, is that of a prophet. I see. What form will it take? And in the meantime, what am I to do with the ethereal that's taunting me? The voice seems to challenge me, asking whether I am truly willing to accept. Oh? Oops, sorry, not sorry. You better not be monologuing me, boy. You're not putting on much of a show, so I figured I'd give you a little love tap for motivation. A wise course of action. My apologies to you. I became lost in my thoughts, all alone. However, I will gladly rise to your challenge. Youth! The stage is now a flurry of color and sound. Sparks fly, spotlight dance, and the sandstorm continues to rage. You and your friends begin to pair off amidst the chaos until the battles have spread to virtually every part of the stage. Stages, not insignificant real estate. Enjoying yourself, newbie? I sure hope so. Allow me to give you a proper bathroom impression of myself. Bathroom impression. I like that. I'm enraptured, but I wouldn't expect any less from a ranker of your skill. In fact, I may be falling for you. Nothing surprising there. I am, after all, irresistible, as all good demons are. And by good, I mean bad. Bad to the bone. All the better. In the face of temptation, I never turn down the opportunity to succumb. For my next trick, I'm gonna need a volunteer. Preferably someone sturdy. You look promising. What say you, human? Sure, I guess. You were gonna fight? Oh, you're so cute, though. I don't think I'd bring myself to hurt you. Underestimating will be your first and last mistake. Besides, the audience isn't here to watch a half-baked scrap. Okay, then. I won't hold back. I'll just show you how hard I can pitch, and I'll show how a cat is just fine, too. That's what I like to hear. What was the last part? Meow. Let's start off this magic show with a little vanishing act. I'm going to make that ball of yours disappear. 3, 2, meow. Huh? No way, it's actually gone. You really can do magic. Unlike any other actual playable unit. Oh, no! Is all that a pause for little me? Hey, yo! Alright, let's get the beat flowing. Yo, yo, people in the house! If you want to be my Valentines, say hey, oh!
Hey, oh! You wouldn't be able to hurt Catchy either. Well, he's cute, so. But you know, if you hit him, he might make cute noises.
I keep on getting sand in my... Wait a sec. What the heck? This ain't sand. It's sweet. Ah, you finally caught on, I see. All this sand is, in fact, powdered hot chocolate. Or what could be more apropos? Huh? All of it? Seriously?
That sounds like a huge fire hazard.
You can do that, Seth? I was wondering what that smell was.
Anything that is like, you know, what's it called? Edible, but is in like powdered form. If you get it in the air, it actually is just like flammable. So, you know, be careful with that. It is rather a scrumptious blend. Simply add a few teaspoons to a mug of warm milk. It can even make, yeah, dust explosion. That shit's dangerous. And you'll have the ultimate beverage. Should you think I'm exaggerating, well, simply taste it as it passes. Well, at least the last thing you'll taste before you die is quite sweet and delicious.
Mmm, so good.
Naturally. Everything our butler prepares is nothing short of perfection.
Oh, come on, Sethy. We've got to try some. It's to die for.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I didn't realize we were.
I mean, as if a badass like me is gonna give a damn about sweet beverages. I'm here to fight, not to nourish.
It smells great, but there's something about this chocolatey sandstorm that's making me get all, I don't know, woozy? I hope this works. I followed Leanne and she's script to the letter, but I just don't see how this is supposed to help me get any closer to the ideal me.
To the ideal Seth.
The chaos on stage is nothing compared to the frenzy of the crowd, which explodes and cheers in thunderous applauses at the slightest provocation, much to the confusion of the performers.
Whoa! I mean, I know my moves are dynamite, but wow! I've never seen a crowd get this hype before. Yeah, you're right, Up. So there's something fishy going on here. It's also, it almost feels like we're in a dream. Speaking of dreams, the script says I'm meant to show off my sacred artifact next. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. There we go.
Turning his hat.
I love you all so much! Happy Valentines, everyone!
I really gotta stop freaking that accent.
No! What are you thinking? This isn't time to be using that.
What's gonna happen? Oh, no, not a jump. No, okay, I didn't think we'd actually be doing this because I wasn't sure if we had enough time. Since, you know, this is not a dream dedicated event. Interesting transition.
Yeah, what just happened? Up, what have you done? Something's going on with my sandstorm. I can't control it. Ugh, I don't like the looks of this. This is bad. Everyone, cover your mouths right now. Meow.
Huh? Why? What's... This swirling columns of hot chocolate powder begin to disperse throughout the room like smoke. Ketchy's desperate plea comes just a few seconds too late, as everyone on stage has already inhaled lungfuls of chocolatey air before his words have a chance to register. I'm pretty sure that would be really bad for you to inhale too. Like, going to your stomach, sure. Going into your lungs, not very good. Is it just me? What's it getting hot in here? Let me take off all my clothes now. Everyone proceeds to strip. What's going on? It's just like that one scene from that Dongarnompa on me.
Human can go the first to break the sudden silence, but the rest of you aren't far behind, clutching your chests and writhing in agony almost all at once. Ugh. What is the meaning of this? Is that hot chocolate? If that hot chocolate is no longer under Sat's control, then who is manipulating it? Oh, I do so love those who lose themselves in dreams sweeter than sugar, and chase those dreams with blind fervor. Dreams sweeter than sugar. They say fervor in the story, but they really mean ardor. There's a certain kind of chocolate that, when consumed, floods the brain with several times the usual number of chemicals produced when enjoying a kiss. Just say oxytocin, it's not complicated. Only this substance can account for the phenomenon sweeping through Valentine's venue, plunging spectator and audience alike into lovey-dovey, stripping, as we speak, dreamlike states. I am a prisoner, your prisoner. And now everyone here will be a prisoner of your dreams as well. What? Oh, Lagan, love o' mine, help me weave this dream into reality. Hear ye the song of heart's desire. I think she says something like that in her charge too. Also, apparently there's a song about her that uses that line. The yin and cheese rule allows her to give form to that which has none. Her clay is comprised of the incorporeal dreams and desires that tug at people's hearts. As she whispers her spell, be it a prayer or incantation, the chocolatey smoke converges into a river with monstrously powerful current. No, Leanne, you're supposed to be single target only. It sweeps around the room, bewitching every last member of the audience, and most of those on stage as well, leaving only you and a small handful of your friends unaffected. Kengo, Kima, snap out of it! What happened to them? Rick? Seth, you two okay? It doesn't seem to be affecting me at all. I wonder why. McCrory frowns as if trying to grab hold of a stray thought, or perhaps a dream, that's suddenly slipping away from them. You two are you out of sound mind? Ah, I see. It's your sword's rule that's protecting you. Oh-ho. It allows you to sever unwelcome influences, you say? How intriguing. I don't understand. I did everything she said. I followed her scripted letter. So why? Look, what are they doing now? Give us more. Ooh, this music. Ah, oh my god, they're stripping. Oh my god. Why are you staring at us like that? What exactly? Why is everyone getting undressed? I didn't realize this was this kind of party. But Croy gets around. Maybe they're overheating. This situation does feel oddly familiar. But someone please explain what the hell is going on? Oh, chocolate! Look at it! Oh, gimme! Everyone's lost their pianos! No, the chocolate sensor is coming back this way! Alp, you gotta use your sacred artifact to reverse this right now, before! Meow! Ketchy lets out a horrified wail as a stream of powdered hot chocolate begins to pour itself into Alp's open mouth. Rip Alp. So sweet! So good! Give me more! Alp! No! It's not my fault, I swear. The sand, the hot chocolate, I mean, it's not under my control anymore. Damn it, not again! Can't believe this entire place just turned into a giant harem. Or rather, what do you say? What's the term for like a giant group setting? Orgy, that's it. The sandstorms begin to rage anew, swirling harder and faster than ever until it solidifies into an enormous piece of chocolate. But the shape very distinctly familiar to you. Oh my gosh, it's Seth. Sorry, dream a little dream demon, but I'm going to need you out of commission for a spell. I can't believe it. You're...
Or at least his, perception of what Seth is.
Yes, it is I. I am Seth, the ideal whom you have longed to become for many a cycle.
The figure is, indeed, every bit the awesome badass the little brother has always envisioned himself to be.
I'm bad to the bone and colder than a glacier. After an eternity spent in your head, I finally hear in flesh.
We already resolved his issue, so I thought he'd be happy. I guess, I don't remember his issue being resolved peacefully, but yeah, it's been a while since I played this, right? Seth wouldn't say something like that. What does that even mean?
Oh my stars, it's Seth. He's so dreamy. So dreamy. Oh, my legs are wet. Okay. Wow.
Wow, check out Mr. Popularity over here.
Does this mean what I think it means? If you'll recall, I'm the god of love charms. And given its similar properties, I am also the god of chocolate.
There will be another tag. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But please do not elaborate, because that sounds like a crazy spoiler. It's clear now that not only is the chocolatey sandstorm under the ideal Seth's command, but it also serves as a vehicle for the delivery point of a potent spell that's not unlike massive gnosis. Everyone who inhales its powder falls into a dreamlike state and becomes instantly infatuated with the love god himself, the ideal Seth. I'm not even sure if this is Leannon's plan anymore. This just might just be an accident.
Everyone loves me. Everyone wants me. Isn't this what it means to be a true ruler, Seth? Now, watch as I accomplish everything you've ever dreamed of, yet could never achieve.
Casting a contemptuous look at his twin over his shoulder, the ideal Seth strides forward until he's almost nose to nose with you, his cocksure grin spanning virtually your entire view. As well as his actual cock.
You're not the real Seth. True. I'm just a realization of a dream that one you call the real Seth has been obsessing over for years. To him, the ideal Seth is strong, self-possessed, and always gets what he wants. Everyone respects and reveres him. So that's who I am, and that's why I can, and will, do something he never had the nerve to attempt. I'm going to make you mine!
Ooh. You feel yourself drawn against his chin. Your lips are only half an inch apart away when...
Stop! Not in front of the customers! I think they're beyond caring about that right now, my feeling friend. Yeah? Oh la la! Looks like the crowd's actually getting into it. With each other, as a mass orgy.
My darling master, it would appear the audience is already under the effects of chalk powder. Indeed, and this sandstorm has created a pseudo-battle zone, but by whose design? Turning a deaf ear to all discussion going on around him, the ideal Seth places a finger under your chin and tilts your face up to meet his own.
Ah, the heat is unbearable, isn't it? Every inch of your skin licked by tongues of flame, and you, frozen in ecstasy. You're under my spell. You must be. The powdered chocolate strongness is more potent than any love potion.
Wait, so this stuff's an aphrodisiac?
There's nothing my powers cannot achieve. Behold, so-called real Seth, this is how you get things done.
The ideal Seth transmutes back into a cloud of chocolate powder once more, right before your eyes, only to immediately advance upon and envelop the other Seth, the one named Ash.
Oh, why can't I move?
Oh, hush. You're going to become me now. The ideal you've always dreamed of. It won't take long. I need only overwrite your memories as my own. This is someone's kink right here. The powdery chocolate seems to be controlling Ash, guiding his arms towards you, making him pull you into a firm embrace.
Then
Your lips are about a hair's breadth apart now. You can feel his ragged breath on your face as his pale eyes bore into yours, imploringly, searchingly. Stare into his eyes and say nothing. I don't know why I said that.
I don't want it like this.
Exercising the full extent of his willpower, Ash manages to pull back very slightly and hold himself in place, only narrowly preventing his lips from touching yours.
What? Why not? This is exactly what I would do. And need I remind you, I am your ideal Seth. You're right. This is exactly the kind of thing I envisioned my brother, would do. You're everything I set out to become. Strong, tough, a badass through and through, someone irresistible. Exactly. So what's the problem then? The problem is, all of it. You may be all those things, but you're not the real deal. That's why your charms aren't working on Aerthin. If you were the real Seth, things would be so different. My brother would never have needed to resort to magical coercion. Sure, I let myself get caught up in this ideal, but that's just because my real dream was practically unachievable. The real Seth is so much greater than I could ever hope to imagine. Oh, that's an interesting take. Don't be ridiculous. The real Seth is your ideal, is he not? That is who I am. As such, my love spell is infallible. Impossible! You shouldn't be capable of doing harm within the slump storm of my making. Alright, I'm not. I won't hurt you. But I'll put a cork in that love potion. Boundless Tail! Your blade arcs through the air, rendering the love charms rule from its powdery host. And as it does, need a hand? What? Two of you aren't affected? How can this be? Why isn't my love potion working? Come, Seth, it is time to fight back. You're prepared to do so, are you not? Aye. Your words just now resonated with me deeply. Instead of getting lost in the allure of dreams dangled before us, we should endeavor to shape our own, even when it is different, and even when we don't know how to proceed. For that is what its youth is all about. That is the youth I seek. And that is why I shall aid you to this day, presuming you are willing to accept my help, of course. Youth! Same here, Seth. Let's get through this together. It's only when Seth meets your eyes and observes the depth of trust reflected there that he finally seems to regain his resolve. Holding your gaze, he nods once, decisively. Seeing this, McCrory flashes Seth a dazzling grin. Good! Now then that's settled, just tell me where you need me. Right, thank you, you're McCrory, right? That I am. And I say, you're far more appealing than your twin over there. I do want to take care, lest I fall for you. Youth! Are you messing with me? This cannot be happening. I am Seth, the god of love. No one should be able to resist me. I've got some bad news for you. You're not as irresistible as you think. That would be me. Is that so? Aerthin, what are you? Sure, bad boys are cool, but that's cooler than you'll ever be. The Seth I know is the one I choose. Oh, Aerthin! So what? At the end of the day, I'm still the winner here. The ideal Seth always wins. He's the baddest of the bunch. What? Oh, wow. With a snap of his fingers, the ideal Seth conjures shadows versions of all the friends whose strength Seth has come to recognize at some point or other. And you know you don't stand a chance against any of these people, much less me. I could never lose to a weakling like you. Well, these are my friends. How dare you use them against me? Come on, Seth. Let's prove him wrong. Right. I can do this. I know I can. I might not be the ideal Seth I've always envisioned, but I'm the Seth you chose. And that's even better. Chocolate ou désert? Seth lets out a deafening howl, releasing the pent-up maelstrom of emotion swirling through his heart. Like a shockwave, it expands outwards, well beyond the stage upon which he stands. I should have known things would turn out like this, but that's fine. In fact, it's almost better this way. And she whispers these words aloud to herself, sounding out once more mournful and elated. Better this than for them to fall prey to these dreams of my creation. or for them to drown in the river of my love. Yes, this is better by far. After all, you have yet to reach the far banks of my affections, and I would not. I trust that you have enjoyed this little dream of yours, Dan and Chi. I see you still pine for a lost cause. Your role backstage should have accustomed you to watching performance from the sidelines. Is that part of the allure? Oh, it's you. I don't know who. Yes, you exactly 6:30. Even when I reach this point, I'm in a different time zone, but yeah, you probably mean when we reach the middle of this. Still, we're making a good enough time that we'll probably be done before 3 hours, so still not quite as horrendously long as Valentine's time warp was. Because the story was good there, but like, it does not justify that length. Jeez. I mean, honestly, after a certain point, no length can justify, like, or no quality of story can justify the length of some things. As Seth cancels out wave after wave of the ideal Seth's sandstorm was one of his own creation. He bobbed and weaves through the grainy chaos until you're within striking distance. Take that! Enough! I will not fall to the likes of you! Oh yeah? Well, we're just getting started. We're gonna take you down together. Adel has forgotten the strength of our teamwork. But again, together, we can achieve anything. Our teamwork is unstoppable, and so am I. I can do this. For in this moment, I am Seth, and all his glory. And he's tripping too, for some reason. Okay, there you go. Do not freeze on me when you're doing that. I alone am the ruler of the sands and storms, the strongest god there is. With that, Seth casts aside his armor to free his movements, squares his shoulders, and unleashes his rule, causing an immediate shift in the tide of battle. No, how can this be? These sands are mine to control, mine alone! You said it yourself, you're the ideal me. In other words, whatever power you possess are mine to manage, by right. Which means that I can bring this chocolatey sandstorm under my command anytime I want. Ah! Whoa. What happened? I swear I was all hot and bothered just a second ago. But now, those feelings are just gone. Me too. I thought I was gonna go crazy. My heart was practically leaping out of my chest. The effects of the powdered love potion begins to fade as Seth wrests full control of the chocolatey sandstorm from his so-called ideal counterpart. No, this cannot be. Despite the ideal's stats weak protests, the love storm is nullified in a matter of minutes, and everyone in the Valentine's arena begins to regain their senses. Oh, it's Christine. I forgot how she sounds. This verse is sure to end in a tragedy now. The audience will be utterly panicked when they fully regain their senses. Right. Good point. Whoever you are. And, Leanne and Chi, you have some explaining to do. All I can say is that I truly believe in your dreams, Seth. I thought it was a wonderful vision, worthy of being realized. That is why I chose to aid you, though it seems you have outgrown any need for that aid. I see. So, the dream she made come true was his ideal brother, I guess? As such, I think it is about time we put an end to this dream. Better than let it overstay its welcome even further. The thing is, they don't actually use Christine that much, even for her charge. I think she's quiet, but then it's like, half the time it's interrupted by like, the first person she hits or her AR. What are you saying? Would you be kind enough to do the honors, Christine? As if on cue, Christine, the mysterious voice from the shadows, steps forward, faint smile delicately dancing upon the edges of her lips. There's a pause, as if for dramatic effect, and then she utters the words that brings the stream sequence to an end, once and for all. Oh yeah, she ends streams, I believe. When the audience tires of a show on stage, it's time for a curtain call. Let this be the dream's finale. Phantom Embrace! I am shocked of Christine relevance. Alas, all good things must come to an end. You know, if you think about it, they just killed Ideal Seth. Because, like, he's not, like, just a fictional thing. He probably had his own sentience as well, too. In the same way that Durga is, what's it called? Was originally just the extracted, you know, vices from Parvati. Is everything back to normal now? Have dreams and reality switched back? Wait, is someone setting off fireworks? Although I don't really see the point of making it tied to dreams here. You glance up in surprise as bursts of color and flashes of light rain down from overhead. And you aren't the only one. Everyone in the Valentine's arena is now wide awake and disoriented. Haha! Seth flashes you the warmest smile he can muster, though a keen eye could easily discern the exhaustion and general haziness concealed within it. Uh-oh. I did it again, didn't I? I'm so sorry, everyone. I can't believe we'll let things get off control like that. Well, I certainly can. There's no need to be so hard on yourself. The spectators enjoyed the show, and in our view, that's all that matters. Yep. So that ends well. That's what it needs to be a show cat. Show panda? Show person. Ah, shucks. Thanks, Ketchy. I appreciate it, Claude. Hey, yo! Where's Seth gone off to? Well, he already left, but I think he's out in the hall. You gonna go see him, partner? Yeah, I'll go talk to him. See you in a bit. Right, I'll be waiting. You find Seth sitting on the couch at the end of the hallway, staring down at something in his hands. There you are. What you doing over there? Huh? Oh, nothing. I just wanted a minute to think. Hey, Arthur. I wanted to, Look, this is for you. Just take it, okay? Seth thrusts one single beautifully wrapped chocolate bonbon into your hands. The box is ornate and decorated in brown and bright yellows, with a red ribbon complementing this color scheme. Wow, thanks. This is sweet of you. Looks great. My pleasure. Aw. Anyway, we gotta get back to the event, right? Good luck. I'm sure you'll do great. I'll be watching from the stands and rooting for you, Arthur. Alright. I'll be sure not to let you down. See you later, okay? Tucking the chocolate in your pocket, you get up and start walking back to the arena. The moment you turn your back on him, however, Seth meekly calls out to you once more. Hey, just so you know, I only have eyes for you. Unable to bring himself to say these words any louder than a whisper, they are drowned out by the muffled fireworks and applause pouring from Valentine's venue and go unheard. Aww. Aww. That is, like, I mean, that's sweet, but also kind of heartbreaking. I would say it's tragic in the sense that probably not a good idea to fall for it, you know, the love singularity, but that's only a problem if, you know, you want to be exclusively with them, which is, you know, it seems like everyone is open to that because, you know, this game is all about being open to all sorts of things, including non-monogamy, polygamy, and all that. But yeah, looks like the next episode is episode 4, which we will not be doing today. We'll be doing that tomorrow, along with the rest, episode 5, and the epilogue. Let me just do the thing. Okay, so that was the end of that. But yeah, just to reiterate, or repeat exactly what I said to you, tomorrow and the day, actually just tomorrow. Yeah, this will only consist of 3 parts. Tomorrow's the final part, with episodes 4, 5, and the epilogue. 3 p.m. as same time as today. But yeah, thoughts overall for this? Ophion accepting Tochi as the MC boy toy. Yeah. It's Ophion had this thing where he was seeing people as like, you know, just boy toys and distractions from their exclusive thing. Which, you know, to be fair, he was in a married relationship, but he is also being very recipient to the idea of other people liking it more than, you know, your traditional like monogamous marriage would be. So kudos to Ophion in that sense, even if he is calling everyone else boy toys. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the story right now. The story here, we saw Seth, and it was mostly an exploration on him and his brother again, which, you know, before it was just like in Desert Journey, it was kind of a way to come to terms with him taking up his identity. But now it's like a different light of being able to see, you know, what it means to actually take on a legacy you don't actually know their actual intentions for. And it was a pretty insightful conclusion to see that, you know, his ideal, his imagination of him, his real brother, would always be superior to that, and his imagination can never reach that worthiness, I guess. So I don't know. It was like cool exploration for Seth, but I wouldn't say it was like particularly relevant to the story in a sense. As they, I guess it really does fit with this description of just being an intermediate, non-necessary thing. Then for the rest of the story, it was just this random thing in the middle that happened. It was nice seeing Leanne and Chi actually existing and having lines on, like, in chapter 11 where she showed up for like 3 seconds as a silhouette or something. And Christine existing was neat too. And, you know, it's nice to see a whole range of units between the super classic from Bathine to the somewhat late Alp to the more recent Ketchi, well, recent translation-wise. So I had fun voicing them for sure. As for the situation that entailed, I didn't really understand why it had to be in a dream. Leanne should be able to make their dreams come true either way. Wait, never mind.
Now that I say it like that. I guess they have to be dreaming first. So Alp put them to sleep, and then from there, Alp already makes the dreams. I don't know. It seems like there might be something redundant there, but whatever. They do the same thing in the end. But yeah, and as for the thing with Kima, yeah, it was kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It was okay. him feeling like him not being able to keep up with his friends, and feeling like he can never really amount to them. Yeah, that's sometimes I felt like that in the past with my other friends, but you know, you just learn to kind of let go, and then you focus on your own thing, and maybe someone feels about the same way as you, but at the end of the day, you gotta just you know, do your own thing, and I guess be something that your friends can be proud of as well. But also, you know, don't get very down on that expectation as well. Just be you. You know, people became your friends for a reason. But yeah, Kima's nice enough, I guess. Hopefully, you see more of him. It felt kind of like a weird way to end it, his arc, just like before we even entered the Colosseum. But I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, those are all my thoughts for this story up so far. I will now be concluding the stream. So thank you for joining me, everyone. Prisma, Ezekiel, Jan, Joe, and like, who else is there? Azinu, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And he also is deciding to look around Godday, I believe. But yeah, I will be streaming 3 p.m. tomorrow. I will see you guys then, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.